Hey, this is Philip McCluskey, and I'm here today at Catch a Healthy Habit Cafe, Glenn's most amazing cafe. I did a essential oil demonstration today with my friend Christy, and Glenn just asked me to share a little bit more with you. And so I just grabbed 3 oils, and we're just going to go over a couple different aspects of them. One of them is thieves oil. This is an amazing oil. A lot of people have heard the history of thieves. Thieves, it's kind of funny because a while back, they were going through the plague and people were dying, and there was these 4 spice traders that decided that they were going to take this opportunity to go into the graves and rob people of their jewelry and such. And the authorities could not figure out what was going on and how they were able to do this. And eventually they got caught, and they pretty much pressured them to give them what was their solution. How did they not catch the plague at the time? What was going on? And they explained it was a combination of these 4 ingredients, and I'll just go through them here. It's actually 5: clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And basically it was an antibacterial, antifungal, and it protected them from the plague. And so we have taken that tradition and that story, and we've brought it to present day. And most amazing, potent essential oil. Also has wonderful cleaning products that you can use. It's used for disinfectant, and it's used for a host of other things. So that was just a fun little history. I have another bottle here, lavender, which I talked briefly about in his last video. Just a couple cool testimonies about lavender is when I first started working with essential oils, my mom had a cut, and a doctor had given her some prescription for some medicine with a bunch of different chemicals and different things in there, and she had been using it for 4 days, and there was no success. She wasn't able to heal this wound. And when she told me about it, I instantly gave her the lavender. She put it inside the cut. You can work it right in there, and by the next day it was healed. She was shocked and amazed. She didn't know that there was the power of this. So many people just think it's just for perfume and cologne, and it's a fun replacement for that, but it's really so much more. And then a couple weeks later, the same thing happened again. She really enjoys her sleep, and she hadn't been sleeping. She'd literally been laying in bed for a couple hours every single night. Just trying to fall asleep and just having the worst time ever. And so, I explained, if you take a little bit of lavender and you massage it on your temples, maybe a little bit on your forehead, and you can just take your hand and just dust it lightly over your pillow. And so she's like, okay, I'll give it a try. And she laid in bed. She immediately fell asleep. She had such a deep sleep that she actually overslept. She never oversleeps. She gets up at 6 o'clock in the morning every single morning, and she overslept. So I thought that would be a fun testimony to share about lavender. And then the last one I'll just briefly share about is peppermint. This is by far my most favorite oil ever. I use it every single day. The great thing about this is there's so many different applications. Okay, for one, I love the way it smells. So I may just put a little bit of peppermint on my wrist and then put it on my neck. I honestly get a compliment, at least one every single day, whenever you go out and you give somebody a hug. It just smells radiant. It doesn't have that chemically smell that sometimes perfumes do. And people that are allergic to perfume, like my sister, she doesn't resonate with the chemical smells. Like, this is something that really doesn't affect you in that manner. Some of the other ways that I use it is I love to flavor my water with it. So I may take a pitcher of water and put a couple drops in and stir it around and drink that throughout the day. It helps to aid in digestion in your stomach, and it's also an appetite suppressant. So you can take a little bit of this when you're working through. You can put a little bit in your hand. You work it together, and you make a little cave right over your nose, and you just inhale really deeply. And if you could smell how this is, you'd be really excited right now. And one other thing I'll just share briefly, this is amazing for relieving muscle tension and sores. If you can get your significant other or friend or family member to massage this in you, or give yourself a little self-massage. Sometimes you get a little tension in the shoulders from working on the computer. Just put a little bit in your hand, you start working on your shoulders. It's almost like the feeling of an icy hot. So you get that sensation, it's tingling and helps to ease with the pain and such, and it's really, really quite amazing. I know Glenn has a nice display of oils at the store. This one especially, you can come in and get have a little bit of peppermint water and see what that really tastes like. It's really quite magical. And so I encourage you to come in. Check it out. Feel free to ask questions. Glenn's got a great reference book. So if you're new to essential oils and you're not really sure how it's used, what it's used for, you may come in, you may have a migraine headache, you may have cancer, you may have a cut, a wound, you may be releasing some sort of emotion. Maybe you're going through some transformation in life with your job, and you need something that's going to help aid in emotional release. Come in, look it up in the reference book, flip through the pages, find out the right oil for you. Glenn has many of them here that you can try out. You can also, ask him further questions about signing up or placing an order or something along those lines. But essential oils, it's the forgotten modality that's really starting to become more and more popular. And it makes you smell good too. So thank you so much, and have a fantastic day. Philip here at Catch a Healthy Habit. Come stop on by.